welcome into this video. I'm going to talk a little bit about Saturn square Uranus, okay? And we have been dealing with this all year long. This is, in the beginning when it first went down, I think in January, there could be events that happen that are kind of sudden and shocking. But by now, we're at the end of the year and it's really, sort of dinged us a couple of times. By now, I feel like this is almost an expected energy. It can still be abrupt. It can still be life transformationally. No, it can still be life changing. Transformationally, where were you going with that, Mary Jo? But let's see what's going on. Let me tap into the energy of this Saturn square Uranus. Saturn is rules Capricorn, okay? That's the natural ruler. And Saturn is in Aquarius here, and that is a freeing energy versus a restriction or a rules-oriented. So there's these, all this year, this has been about the rub between what's the rule, right? What is the what is the structure? What is the thing that we already have that's in place versus what do we want to create in our lives? And that can be for the collective. It can also be individualistic. You can have a lot of struggle this year about breaking through boundaries, breaking through, kicking at the traces kind of a feeling. But now we are getting to the point where we're kind of used to this a little bit. We've been kind of doing this for a while. So now I feel like once you get used to seeing where the envelope can be pushed or seeing what the edges of things are, you can get outside of them. All right, you can get outside of them. And that is kind of where we are right now. So out of the mess comes elegant order. You contain the entire universe encoded within you. Correct. The phoenix rises into joyful abundance. I love that card. So this does feel like some of the things that are holding us back, we're doing them out of tradition. We're doing them out of, well, this is the way things are done. And the universe is like, really? Really? Because Uranian energy is very innovative energy. And so it's kind of like, you kind of look at a situation, it could be your work, it could be relationships, it could be anything in your life, and you're doing it a certain way because you think that's the way it's to be done. But then there's this like, who says feeling? Like, oh, right, do you ever ask yourself a question and you hear the answer and you're like, who said that? Your intuition said that. But that's what's going on here. It's like, I don't even feel like you'd be asking the question because you just assume that that's what it is, that that's how things work. And I feel like what's happening here in this Saturn Uranian square that we're experiencing December 23rd and 24th is the you shout into the abyss, well, this is how things work. And the abyss goes, really? Says who? Says who? Who says you have to do it like this? Underneath is the energy of the King of Wands. That is very much innovative energy, deciding to go forward, doing things his way. Okay, 3 of Cups, 3 of Swords, 3 of Pentacles. Wow, 4 of Swords, 5 of Wands. Look at this, 3, 4, 5, 2 of Pentacles, Hierophant, 7 of Wands, Knight of Cups. I do feel like part of this is we are changing the rules of relationship. We're changing how we do things with other people. We're doing some healing work here. I like that. I'm gonna do something I don't normally do, but I want to see this. Sometimes I only have one major arcana card, and that makes me feel like this is kind of a process reading. So let me get some clarity. What I mean by that is, this is a very specific today's energy kind of thing. Let me see if I can get bigger picture here. Oopsie, come on back. because we do have the sun moving into Leo, and Leo is about expansion. It's also about ego. Are you doing things for your ego? Are you changing the rules because of your ego, or are you breaking through boundaries that need to be broken through for the good of others? All right, I think that's the question here. So this Three of Cups, Three of Swords, Three of Pentacles, clarify. Queen of Wands in reverse. Four of Swords, Five of Wands, Two of Coins, clarify. Devil energy, there's the Capricorn energy, Saturn energy. Now, the Hierophant, Seven of Wands, Knight of Cups. Five of Wands. Okay. I feel like this has to do with, again, I'm saying how we do things, and I do feel like there might be a mess before it gets better. So, this year, some of you know that I bought a new house and I've been renovating, doing some renovations, and some of it's been very visible to the neighbors, okay? And there's like a couple of, a guy who lives right behind me who's very, very funny. He's just ridiculously funny. Anyway, so on the back part of the wall, I did, add in some French doors, add in some windows, things like that to make the house brighter. And it was a mess on the outside, right? Because I'd take off siding, it just was a mess. And the guy behind me goes, "Love what you've done with the place." And I said to him, well, it's going to get worse before it gets better. So get used to it. And I think that's what is happening this year is, in order to make changes, there is a messy period of time where, if you're somebody like me who doesn't like to show the process of things, remember I said process? It's like showing your work. And I love showing my work in terms of, like, if I'm taking a test and it's write a paragraph, I love showing that kind of work. But when it's like, I don't know, it just looked messy to me, and I was like, I hate that my neighbors are like staring at the messiness of, and it was my doing, my choosing, right? And it's like, sometimes it looks messy in order to get better. And I think that, to me, that's one of those lessons about how I like to be viewed in the world as not a mess, right? Like, as, not necessarily buttoned up all the time, because I don't really feel like I am, but I also feel like the need to be seen comes with all kinds of, or the desire to be seen comes with all kinds of unintended consequences, which is, okay, you're being seen, but you also are going to be seen when things aren't going so great, or things are a little bit of a mess, or something like that. And in that place, when you act like everything is fine, everything is buttoned up, everything is perfect, you cut off the opportunity for relationship to grow. You really do. You cut off that opportunity for someone to lend you a helping hand, or for someone to open up and, allow you to be yourself, speak what's going on with you, talk about fears, failures, whatever it is, just being real. And so I do feel like this year, for me, for the channel, it has been a little bit about, I've got to look a certain way so that everybody knows that they're getting what they need, and that things are moving forward and all of that. And part of me feels a little upside down of, like, if you can't see the path, you're making the path. And, I said that in the morning message today, and I don't take that lightly. I realize what a challenge that is when you don't see the path and you don't know what's ahead of you, how to create the path, how to help others by fashioning a new path. And the answer is here. You contain the entire universe encoded within you. The answers are within. The answers are within. So when we're going through this Saturn square Uranus energy, we're when we're going through this Saturn square Uranus energy, it can be a bit, topsy-turvy for us. It can make us feel like people can see us when we're not at our best, or seeing us when we're confused and we're supposed to have all the answers, right? And we're supposed to be the ones who are leading and all of this kind of stuff. But if you let yourself sit in the humanity of things, the Three of Cups, friendships and hurts, and the Three of Pentacles, and putting things together, some of you may feel that you should be able to do it on your own. But I do feel like there is some kind of, number one, there's some kind of relationship loss that needs to be mourned. Okay? There's some kind of relationship that has left. There's definitely a third party energy here. They might have gone off with the other person. And so there's this feeling of, I feel a little bit upside down here, and I need to work with that energy. You might get some shocking news because Saturn and Saturn square Uranus, there can be some shock to it. Okay, there can be some shock to it. So let me see about that. Eight of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, Three of Wands, there's the other three, Ace of Swords, Five of Swords, ooh, Death, and Seven of Swords in return. So this has to do with authenticity. Some of you are holding on to a way of life, kind of 3D experience, could be your work, holding on to that, and it's dwindling, it's going down, it's getting not, it's not growing, and so you're really like, okay, universe, I'm here, I'm sharing it, I'm saying, I don't know what's going on here, I need to understand what's going on. And I feel like some of you have other people around you that aren't really helping. Okay, so the Seven of Swords in reverse, that makes me feel like you're seeing who's lying to you, you could have some kind of shock around, someone around you who is manipulative, okay, and you're now going to see it, and that's going to be kind of a shock to you. Some of you then, you could be, feeling upended and now moving into a healing phase. It's almost like, can I trust anybody? Okay, after that situation happened. And I do feel the Devil energy, this Capricorn energy, is about doing things by the rules. And that's what's gotten you into this trouble. Okay, playing by the rules or doing things by the rules has gotten you into trouble. And this is, again, down here, the Hierophant, the traditional way of doing things. I feel like some of you aren't doing relationship in a traditional way anymore. And that can bring in a lot of resistance from other people. You can have some shock around a relationship that is not a traditional relationship, or that you feel like you're opening up to a non-traditional way of life. That's a possibility. Some of you, what you put a lot of time and effort into isn't really serving your authentic voice anymore, and it needs to change. Things need to change here. All right, things do need to change. Knight of Wands, Nine of Cups in reverse, Two of Cups, and then the Six of Wands. So the Nine of Cups in reverse tells me that you're not getting your needs met. You're not getting, what feels good to you. And for some of you who listened to my morning message, it was about the idea that the universe is trying to make you move towards something bigger, and staying in the current thing is keeping you small. So it's time to break through that. It's time to break out of that. And I do feel like with the Two of Cups here, you might have a fire sign who is trying to come in that you might be resisting. Okay, so we'll look at fire signs, Taurus, Scorpio. I'll continue on with this reading. This is Saturn square Uranus. Very cool energy. Link is below. I'll see you over there.